This is a HeadGum podcast.
New episode of If I Were You, November 30th, and we've got 3 new sponsors.
Wow, that's a fun little episode.
Holy
and a new
shit.
guest.
Oh my god, it's new because everything about it is brand new. Also, Jake's not even in this episode.
Yeah, I said fuck it, and that was a new thing for me to try out. My new attitude, a bad one.
It worked out poorly. But before we get to any of that, let's thank our first new sponsor. And we're talking about BeekeepersNaturals.com.
Hey, tell me, what's this buzz all about? Bee? Jeez.
Yeah, anyway.
Deafening silence.
BeekeepersNaturals.com is a sustainably sourced, all-natural health product website, and they got this propolis
was the right way to say it.
propolis spray that's a great source of antioxidants for the maintenance of good health. We're talking about sore throat relief, antibacterial, antiviral, canker sore relief, antifungal, antibiotic. It's health in a spray, and it's completely natural, and you spray it in your throat, and it not only is good for you, but it tastes good at the same time.
I'll tell you a little secret. I often do like the products that bees make for me,
Yeah.
i.e. honey.
Yeah, we were talking about this last week, how bees live to serve their human overlords.
Of course.
And this is just another example.
Wow, it was almost perfectly timed. We could have had a thematically bee episode, but now we just have a thematically bee podcast.
This entire podcast is bee related. The spray contains only 3 ingredients. It's completely natural. It comes in a convenient and easy to use spray bottle that fits in your pocket or purse. And right now, if you use our coupon code, which is Jake or Amir,
Use Jake, though.
you get 10% off your order. So check them out. This isn't a huge corporation. This is a nice little small company that's trying out podcast advertising for the first time.
Yeah, guys, they're bee people.
Yeah.
So we can all agree that we like them.
This isn't Walmart here. So if you're
Right.
near a computer, it would help them out, help us out by going to BeekeepersNaturals.com. That's BeekeepersNaturals.com.
Beekeepers Naturals.
That's right.
Two plural S's.
Both plural.
Okay.
They also have an Instagram handle, beekeepers_naturals, if you want to see photos of this thing in action. We have a lot of singers, musicians that do theme songs.
Hey, but we're about to go on tour. We might need this on night 4 or 5.
That's right. We have to keep our voice healthy. And, we do sing a lot on tour, so we have to keep that voice healthy, and it's for people that use their voice a lot, just like us. It'll treat any scratchy inflammation in the throat. So one last time.
Also, your mouth is covered in open sores.
I do, yes, I have, and my mouth is actually an open sore.
Canker
I was
and-
born without
canker and more.
without a hole in my face, and I got a canker sore, and it opened up, and look at this, it's just pus.
No teeth, just sort of dripping globs on your gums.
So don't be like me. Check out BeekeepersNaturals.com. Thanks, guys, for sponsoring this episode. Thanks for listening to this episode. Jake mentioned earlier we do have a new guest.
Very special guest.
Elliott Morgan was in the house. Perhaps you know him from his work on the YouTubes. And if not, you're just going to enjoy him for the first time ever right now. Let's get started. Things did get real.
Indeed.
We are on tour this week, we should mention.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, and you're near San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, or Vancouver, we're just driving up the coast on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tickets still available all at ifiwereyoushow.com. But for now, let's start this podcast. Enjoy.
Deuces.
Words that sound similar. Yeah. I gotta. Wait, how did it start? How many rhymes are in one rap? Back to back, rat a tat. I go tap 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 tat 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 tap 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 tat 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 tap 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 tat 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 tat. But you just kept on going with that. Back to back, rat a tat. Had an appetite. And it ate tight. Acing it was failing it, embracing it is failing. Lacing shit with sailing with, lacing lit and failing shit. Acing it is failing it, embracing it is failing. And that's our time. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Which one?
His name was David Daigle Carnignan. He's from French Canada, but his artist name is Mornial.
His artist name is also hard to say.
Yeah, Moarnial. And he's on Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. You know where it is. Mornial. Elliott Morgan.
Hey.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Elliott Morgan.
Elliott Morgan. Yeah.
You're also French Canadian?
Yeah, I am. I make type beats as well. It's kind of
Was this
odd.
you?
It was. I'm a huge fan of you
Holy
guys.
shit.
Like, really big fan, yeah.
Thank you so much.
I've actually been camping in your backyard for about 3
That
weeks.
was you.
Yeah,
we saw
sorry.
you.
Yeah.
You were bathing in the fountain.
I was. Yeah, well, where else, you know?
You were taking a bum shower in my sink.
Yeah, I didn't want to creep you guys out, I tried to stay
Just-
in the public areas, the common areas.
Yeah. Smart. Stay out of my bedroom, but you
Yeah,
can take all
absolutely.
the showers you want in my sink.
I'm not a monster.
With a dry cube of soap brushing up against your armpit hair.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that.
No, that's
Painted
great.
a bad picture, buddy.
How would our fans know you? Or even if they don't, why don't you explain who
How
the
would a human
fuck
being
you
know
are?
you?
Oh, God.
Do you ever get recognized?
I do.
And they come up to you on the street and they say, "Oh, you're that guy."
Yeah. I've gotten recognized mostly from SourceFed, which is a YouTube news comedy channel.
Whoa. YouTube news comedy channel.
Yeah, that started back in 2012. I did that.
Life was so much better then.
Was it not? Was it not?
2012.
Yeah.
This was pre all that shit.
Yeah, pre all that shit. Yeah, which is
Forget everything you know about 2014.
Yeah.
that's actually what BC and AD stand for. I think Just pre all that shit and post all that shit.
Pre 2013 and
yeah.
post.
So I SourceFed, and then now I do stand up, and I host for a show called. The other thing I often get credit for is a show called Misconceptions on a channel called Mental Floss, where I tell people how they're wrong about everything. And I host for Lip Sync Battle. I've done some stuff with Mashable.
Jeez, you're just all over the internet.
Yeah, I'm like a host.
Yeah,
like a
got it.
Host
and
with
then
the most for the internet.
a hostess with the mostest. Yeah.
For the internet.
That's how I-
Cupcakes.
yeah, for the many internetists. Yeah.
Jake and I also made a living online, so it's like I feel like
Yeah.
we've been orbiting the same universe, never
Counting the
actually
same
hitting
views.
each other.
Nope, never. Like,
Yeah.
like atoms, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
Reappearing and
right.
appearing. Yeah.
A nucleus and an electron never actually. We're just constantly
you lost
rotating
me.
around.
This is actually the Higgs boson that they're going for.
Oh, no, you
right
guys
now.
are both smart.
I don't even know if I pronounced that right. It's the Biggs boson.
You knew what it was, dude.
That says so much more than I could ever. Are you smart?
I don't think so. No, I
No.
think I'm.
That's usually what smart people say, though.
You know
Holy
what?
shit.
I think I've learned this. My therapist told me. I think
Okay.
I'm intuitive.
Oh,
That's
you're
it.
street smart,
But
not
I'm
book
not.
smart.
Maybe is street smart like the street smart way to say intuitive?
I think that's what I am. I'm intuitive and street smart, and I'm actually really tough.
No, and I'm very handsome.
That's another good thing about me.
That's what my therapist tells me.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm not as well read as I should be. Are you?
No,
Do you read?
I don't-
see all these books. You guys got a bunch of
Yeah,
books
we
in
have a
there.
lot of books in our studio, but I personally don't read as much as I should.
Gotcha.
You know what happens is that I get to a book, and if it's bad, it slows me down, and then I never stop reading it, and I never pick up another book.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is the problem.
It'll definitely-
because you're a book finisher.
Yeah, and
You
now
like
I
to
have like
you won't start a new book. I'm
I've
the
had a
same way.
half-finished read biography of the Wright brothers on
no way.
on my nightstand for like 5 months.
Yeah.
And I can't find the energy to lift it up and hear and read more about how they fucking went back and forth from Kitty Hawk, trying test flights, didn't work. They go back to Ohio. Then the next summer they go
It's
back to
interesting
Kitty
because
Hawk.
like the beginning of Flight is maybe one of the most interesting things in
yeah,
the world.
and I'm about halfway done with the book, and it's just I'm so bored.
I don't
losing
care
you.
about planes flying for the first time.
I just know what'll happen. They'll eventually figure it out.
the
And-
birth of flight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
blah,
how come
blah, blah.
I can't read biographies like at all, or autobiographies especially. I read a thing literally about autobiographies and why they so rarely work.
Why is it?
Because the
It's inherently biased.
The subject, doesn't know itself well enough to
Right.
talk on it objectively.
Whenever I read
So
a
it's just
biography,
vitriol.
it's like the person has to be so fucking interesting, right? Because like usually somebody's done like a couple interesting things, but with every biography I've ever read, it's like they just try to they stretch everything, every single aspect of like the most like high school. We don't need 100 pages on it,
no, not
Let's
even
just-
of real high school.
Yeah.
Like we didn't need that.
You know, the real problem is we just saw Hamilton, And now, like, what am I supposed to do? Read a book or an article
Everything
about...
should be made into a rap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If everything can be made into like a rap hip opera, I'd be down to watch and
I bet Lynn
enjoy.
would actually do a lot with the Wright brothers.
Yeah, with the Wright brothers, or maybe
Because
just
Wright rhymes with flight, and
Oh.
I mean, like, the rest writes itself.
Whoa, that was
The rest
really
writes
good.
itself. Oh my god.
It's happening. You're on Broadway.
Are you serious?
I really think so.
Jesus Christ. I guess I am. It's kind of crazy.
Well, it's
You can
kind
add that to your list of good qualities.
We have
I'm
a
into
I can do a lot of
Street
push-ups,
smart.
and I can rap and be on Broadway.
instead of a biography, Jake and I will just have a collection of podcasts where we're just venting about what we think about things.
That's
And-
way better.
Yeah.
The
how much we
21st
hate
century version of a
biographies.
biography.
And I don't know if you've ever listened to the show, but this program is actually called If I Were You, and it's an advice podcast. It's basically the only advice podcast on the internet that Jake and I host.
Okay,
And
I was going to say.
yeah, and usually it's just
I heard of another one before.
usually it's just us two giving advice, and sometimes we have guests, friends,
Cool.
family.
I'm all of those.
Yeah, and
Today we have my
hosts.
brother,
Get out of the
Twist
chair,
ending.
Elliot.
Micah.
You're that guy from SourceFed and Jake's brother, right?
So if you can, do you mind trying to answer some advice questions with us for the next, let's say,
Dude, I would love to.
39 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
As always, Elliot, these are real emails from real people.
We give them fake names to
That's
preserve
right.
their anonymity.
Good
So-
for you guys. That's very sweet.
Can you give me the name of a lady?
Jessica.
Jessica.
It's beautiful. Did you make that up?
Yeah, I just kind of threw some syllables together.
I never heard that before.
If it sounds
It's-
like a name, it's just that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Wow.
into
It's
it.
not
That's
spelled in the way that you think.
Oh.
Drysikah.
What?
Yeah. Jessica writes.
So hot. There
Hey-
was a Jurassica in my high school.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I've been in a relationship with a girl for about 4 months now, and when we first got together, she mentioned that she preferred polyamorous relationships. We agreed to talk about it properly if one of us developed feelings for somebody else, but I was hoping that would never happen. But she told me yesterday that she has a big crush on a boy she works with and isn't sure how to address it. It makes me really sad and anxious thinking about her dating someone else, but it makes me feel worse to imagine not being with her. Should I act cool and give polyamory a try, or try to compromise with her, or just cut and run? Please help, love, Jessica.
All right. Complex.
Okay, yeah. I'm excited about this one. This is a fun one.
Diving right in.
This girl's so cool, she's gay, which
Yeah.
is the coolest you can be.
So that's the
Yeah.
first
Right
thing
off
we need
the
to
bat,
get out of
they
the
say.
way.
And her girlfriend is even cooler because she's bi,
So,
which
yeah.
is even so much cooler than
Have
gay.
you ever met somebody who's just straight?
Ugh, it's disgusting.
It's like, get
what's-
over yourself.
What's the point?
Oh my god.
I feel like they're just doing
It's
it
so
to fit
2012.
They're
to
doing
be
it for
straight.
attention.
in. Yeah, exactly.
Like-
That's why I'm gay now.
I love that word, though.
What's your relationship history, by the way? Just so I can understand your advice through a lens.
Historically monogamous. I got married when I was 20.
What?
That's
Yeah.
so early.
You got married at age 20?
At age 20. Yeah.
In college?
We're like,
Middle
we
of
just,
college,
as soon as we
yeah.
found that information out, we were mad at you.
Yeah.
You did what the fuck?
Get out.
Why did you, when did you?
We got married in July of 2007.
I don't care what month.
And it was a beautiful wedding.
The theme was sports.
We were high school sweethearts, and
Wow.
we got had a relationship, and then we got engaged, and then we got married.
Was this all before you lived in LA? This is like,
Yes, this was in Florida. We also have, this is a fun fact that people usually find fun.
Yeah.
I'm over it because it's been my entire
Oh,
relationship.
I can't wait.
But we have the same birthday.
Same exact day and year?
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
And we have the same mom and dad.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
amazing.
You
You're
guys
twins.
are twins.
It's very
This
progressive.
is we should have had this reaction when he said we were married, and the other reaction. When he
yeah,
said
you
we
really
were
blew your
twins.
reaction load.
Yeah, we were sweet about this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's so nice.
Were you guys born in the same city?
The same hospital, same mom. No, yeah, we were born different cities, I believe.
Different cities, same date.
Same date, yeah.
That's
different cities, same mom?
She grew up in like Key West. I grew up in Central Florida. We wound up meeting in a high school when we were 14.
So this is your first lady.
Basically, yeah.
First everything.
Yeah, and so I'm completely able to talk as an authority
about polyamory?
on the subject of polyamory. It is funny because I know a good group of people who, identify with that sort of lifestyle, and I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I have other people who are very against it, and other people who are.
I think it comes down to just the fact that not everybody's cut out for it. Like, there's nothing that's great about it or nothing that's bad about it. It's just like, a way to be. But this girl clearly can't be polyamorous.
No, she's like, I was hoping it would never come up.
Yeah.
She was hoping polyamory, that's cool.
It
As long as it
sounds
never
cool.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cool because you get to hook up with other people.
Right.
But then you realize it's actually just your loved one hooking up with other people.
There's also no
Right.
playing it cool when you're already this anxious.
And it's also like you're not being like I think the mentality of it is like if somebody comes to you and they're like, okay, well, I said I was polyamorous, which is good. Like,
Yeah,
they were open
honest.
about it.
Right.
And then they try to act on it. The other person feels like they don't have validation and their like attachment to that person because they feel like they have to like, appease that sort of thing. But it's like she's,
Right,
it's almost
she's
like
not
she's
being
being
herself
true to
right
herself.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's totally cool. I love that because I like you and you're polyamorous and so am I. And
Right.
I'll find somebody, but then she's just going to be like sad by herself.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not.
What if your wife broached that topic to you? Would you be like, hell no? Or
First
would
of all,
you be
it
like,
would come
"That's
out of nowhere.
interesting."
Like this one was at least set up.
Yeah.
But
sorry,
go ahead and
I
answer
just
the
want to
question.
fuck your wife.
No, that's fine.
Jesus
What?
Christ, dude.
we can
Sister.
yeah, come on, man.
That's my twin you're
You know what? I'm
talking
gonna
about.
tell our dad right now, and he's gonna be pissed.
Oh my god, my phone's ringing. I'm your father.
Shit.
This is amazing.
You're from Florida.
Yeah. Well, if my wife came in to do that, yeah, I'd be like, no.
Oh, instantly.
But that hadn't been previously discussed either.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in general.
Just
That-
in case,
You
just
wouldn't
throw
be
it out there.
down for that.
No, I don't think so. Because I think here's the thing. I think that there is the polyamory thing. I think sometimes you can put certain labels on things, and it makes it sound maybe a little bit cooler than it actually is in practice.
Polyamory is a cool word.
It is super cool. I mean, and it's like you know exactly what it is right
Yeah.
off the bat.
It
It's
sounds
got the
very
whole-
progressive. It
Yeah.
sounds open,
Yeah.
loving. Like I get to have a lot of threesomes. Yeah.
And
wanna be
amazing.
I know people who
polyamorous.
like say that they're polyamorous and they believe that they're like they have so much love in them that it's so much that it can't be just simply for one person.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice sentiment. I don't really necessarily know how that works, but
Right.
maybe I'm just like barely amorous at all. So
Oh, you're non-amorous.
I'm not amorous.
I have no amory.
Yeah, exactly. I'm amaryllis.
I'm from Amarillo. So, would you ever be down to be polyamorous?
I
feel
was
like it's
polyamorous.
It sounds
for a
like it's
bit.
right up your alley.
Yeah. I think the complex thing is just like sticking to your guns when you start to have feelings for someone. Because like polyamory, I feel like that's almost just like base level for me. Like I want to fuck a bunch of people. So I
But
say,
would you define that as amory or like just polylust?
Yeah, it's that's what it is. It's polylust. You're like, oh wow, yeah, like I won't settle down. Like we're sort of in a relationship, but we get to hook up with other people and that's all great.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start to really like somebody,
Yeah, what do you do?
or at least for me, as soon as I start to really like somebody, I'm like, well, wait a second.
Yeah.
This is just between us.
Yeah, how does that work?
we got going. Please, please stay.
What are you doing, huh, darling?
How do you get to like if once you start hooking up with somebody else, don't you inherently like the original person less?
No, not necessarily. You don't like the original person less.
See, I don't. I feel like there's. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm usually am, but I feel like actual polyamory, it would be like you're literally like in love with two people.
Oh,
You
like
are,
in love.
I think the way
full on-
polyamory, like, yeah, it's not just being single. Polyamory is like, it is a relationship between like multiple people, but
Yeah.
those people are in a relationship. So it'd be like us three and our other roommate, Marty, right?
Yeah, that'd be
the
great.
four of us are just fucking each other and we're all in a relationship. And that's pretty good because we can all like sort
Of
of
interchangeable
Makes sense.
equality.
Yeah.
I think the inherent problem with polyamory is like, what if one time I come home from work and you guys are all fucking, and it's just like, whoa, you guys you prefer fucking without me?
So it's
or
the
what if another time you and I just want to
selfishness.
go to a movie and you're left at home and it's like, well, wait a second, why don't you guys like me? It's almost worse because you ever get that feeling in your group of friends like no one's laughing at my jokes and everybody's laughing at another person's jokes?
Well, no, because everyone loves my jokes, but I can
actually,
see where
your
you're
jokes
going
are
with
often very racist.
that. This is a fucking intervention.
No, but you know that feeling of like not being worthy to other people.
Right.
It's like imagine that being so heightened because the people that you think aren't interested in you are the people that are like your two boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
So there's a difference between an open relationship and polyamory. Polyamory is like a group of 3 people constantly hanging out. An open relationship is like, oh, I'm hooking up with you, but I also have
That's
It's
what
more
I
superficial.
a side chick
Yeah, open
and a main
relationship is
piece.
yeah. There's a side chick. There's a main piece.
Yeah.
There's a side dish.
Yeah.
And there's a thigh piece.
Oh,
Did you just rap?
what's that
You
last
just
one?
rapped. That was a whole rap song.
Tell me about the thigh piece.
It's a Boston Market rap I've been working on. Actually.
Yeah. And then
love
there's mashed
Boston
potatoes and corn.
It's so good.
Boston Market?
Dude, I love it.
Did they have that in Florida?
No, they got it in Burbank, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's
the
really good.
Florida of Los Angeles.
That's exactly what
it really
Burbank
is. Just really wide streets, strip malls, and Boston markets.
Yep. And a
just
lot of
rotisserie chickens.
Good gas stations.
Oh,
though.
great. Just clean shells.
Clean shells.
Just a nice shell.
Oh, I like a chevron.
Yeah, you never.
Oh, a good chevron is nice.
dude.
How about a Hess? You guys
Oh,
like
I don't
Hess.
fuck with Hess, actually.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
little too East Coast for my
Hess?
taste.
You know what? That's fine, man.
Anything with Techron, a Chevron is good. 76 if I like just got paid that day.
Man
76.
myself.
Really?
No,
you have a
actually, I prefer
loyalty.
a chevron.
I prefer places that have had huge spills. So an Exxon Valdez.
You're a
Okay.
BP of yourself.
Yeah, I'd like
Yes.
to support them because
You like
they
a jaded history.
Yeah, I like the tarnished past. I like the idea of when I'm filling up my tank to imagine a stork just covered in black, thick
Yeah.
gasoline.
Right. I was
Gotta
wondering because
got
I saw the bumper
gasolina.
sticker of just the
Yeah, the stork.
Well, there's a dead stork mounted on your hood too.
yeah.
Yeah, she's my emblem. She is the emblem of me.
Yeah,
Used to
that's
be
great.
an M for your Mazda. Now it's a stork.
But why? Like, if I had a lady friend and she went mini golfing with someone, I'd be like, that's okay. But why is it so much worse if she kisses somebody? Like, when you hug somebody, you have more physical contact than if you kiss. But why would it make me angry to see her kiss somebody? What is that about?
I mean,
Like, where does that jealousy come from?
I believe that there is certainly more of an intimacy with the kissing than
Yeah,
there would
definitely.
be with a hug. You
Think
hug
of how many
your
people you would play mini golf
dog.
with, and then how many
Yeah.
people you would let inside of your body.
Right.
So
Those numbers
if-
are probably,
if
there's probably
someone-
5 less than one of those numbers.
Either way, I'm getting fucked.
if you love somebody and you you can like comprehend like, okay, yeah, you can get dinner with somebody, you could play mini golf with somebody, but then they are saying like they want to be penetrated by somebody. You say, well, that's a very intimate thing that I thought you would only do with somebody you care about.
Yeah.
So you care about somebody else. I think the real question is, can you care about somebody else without diminishing the way you care for the person you already love? Like, could I love 3 people?
Yeah, I can't even like date overlapping. I have to like stop one and start the other.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
think-
a little unique, I feel like.
The whole thing of polyamory is such a weird thing because it assumes like a very like cut and dried definition of love and then decides to multiply that. So I think you like have to like first agree sort of on what love is, and if love is simply wanting to like have sex with people, then like that's a very basic definition, and then you're not really talking about true polyamory. But if you're talking about like love in a much deeper sense, then love in a much deeper sense is when you don't necessarily feel that way and
yeah.
you stick with that person anyway, and then get over that hump. At least that's how it feels, or that's what I read in the pamphlets.
The polyamory
That I picked up,
when
yeah.
your wife took you to the
polyamory session. Yeah.
I've said it before, I think, but polyamory is the worst of any of them.
Really?
Like, monogamous relationship, then you've got one person's feelings that you have to consider and care about.
Yeah.
Being single, I guess it's still one because it's like
Yourself.
And I mean, you should always be nice to people. But polyamory, you're in like 4 relationships.
So you're saying
You're
it's
like,
it's not carefree. It's like,
why
if
on-
anything, it's more stress.
It's so much stress. Why on earth would I want to have 3 girlfriends who like could all get mad at me?
and they will.
And of course they will, because I'm not good when I have one.
And then they're going to start talking together, and then
Yeah, then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we should invite a couple more guys into this tribe here. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
that's just polygamy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not even there's polygamy.
is like, polygamy is
Marriage.
if it's
Right.
it's a guy married to like plural wives. That's
not
very fucked up.
What about plural husbands? That's not polygamy?
I guess. Well, I just don't know if that exists.
Well, why is polygamy bad and polyamory good if it's still like what?
Well, polygamy, I guess I'm thinking of like Mormons polygamy,
Right.
where like they sort of like have arranged marriages arranged by the church, and women aren't allowed to have sex with multiple men.
Yeah.
So that's like all this. That's a whole different kind of fucked
Sort of
up.
the inequality
Right.
type of thing. Okay.
But polyamory, I honestly don't know. Just in name alone, it's just like, it sounds nice because it's love for all. It's
It
many
sounds
loves.
beautiful. Yeah, it's such a nice sounding thing, but I don't know.
Which one gets the threesomes? That's the question.
That's probably
Ryan Gosling.
That's amazing. That's what I want to be.
that's a
Yeah.
religion.
I think I just want to be buff.
Yeah,
well,
that'd
he's
be
also
good.
talented and handsome.
Yeah, but I really
so, like,
think
just
he's...
know that if you lifted weights for 3 years, you still wouldn't be as good as Gosling.
Yeah.
you
No
might
one
be
would.
strong.
It's crazy because it helps to get girls if you're strong. It also helps if you're hot, and it also helps if you're famous.
And also talented.
and
Let's
to-
not forget that he's a
talented is
talented
good, yeah.
actor.
He's a talented. So to have all four means he could do whatever he wants.
He's the
right?
king, yeah.
He just chooses what he wants. But I wonder if it's lonely at the top. If there's no sense
It's
of
not.
like accomplishment.
Because he also has a good group of core friends. His boys from high school.
But like, what do you? If everyone's constantly throwing themselves at
know.
you,
You're speaking on behalf of guys. No, don't worry about it.
I'm his best friend.
he's
Dude. He'll
fine.
never be lonely.
there's no like fist pumping. It's like, yeah, I hooked up with her. I hooked up with everybody. It's not good anymore.
No, I mean, he's probably just operating on a totally different caliber. Like
Once you
there's
get, yeah.
I mean, just imagine the game he's playing.
What is the
People
game the Gauze is playing?
It's the game the gods are playing. Dude.
Ryan Godling. That is who he is, and that is who True is.
He lives on Mount Olympus Drive.
Is that a drive pun?
No. Interesting. It was just a Topanga Canyon.
Yeah, there's
Or
a street called
Topanga
Mount
pun, but
Olympus Drive.
Cool.
Topanga Canyon is how Topanga Lawrence got her name back.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Named by Bill Lawrence,
Is that true?
creator of Scrubs. This is all true. And then he got terminated from Boy Meets World.
It's amazing.
And
He
then went
started
and
Spin
created-
City.
Yep, and then it's Spin City. And he was a showrunner at 20. I don't know. Who knows? Why are we talking
not true.
Why are we
Did he
talking-
really name
That's all
Topanga Lawrence?
100%.
No,
yeah, he
no.
named Topanga Lawrence after the Topanga Canyon. I swear to God. He told me.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Are you saying that's true?
I'm 100%.
Wait,
yeah.
Bill Lawrence worked for Boy Meets World and
Yeah.
named her after Topanga Canyon and his last name?
Oh, it is his last name. Yeah, it is. Yep. I just realized that. That is a realization.
What?
That's not something I put together.
I don't understand. I've never been this confused.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I say truths like lies.
Yeah,
just to throw
and
people
vice
off.
versa.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially because the fact that you didn't realize the Lawrence thing.
Exactly, which makes it seem like I totally made it up. But yeah,
Did you?
No, not at all. That'd be a weird thing to do. Just come on and make up the most obscure lies.
Was Boy Meets World even before Spin City?
It was, yeah. At least it started before Spin City. I'm sure there was some overlap in the later years of Boy Meets World when they were.
You're a
more
very good liar if
teen-appropriate.
you are lying.
I swear to God, I'm not lying. It's very true.
You're tickling my brain. Did we even answer this question?
think
Should I act cool and give polyamory a try, or
No,
cut
you
and
should
run?
not. I think we said that. Like,
Yeah.
she's not being true to herself. You are a one woman.
I say she should try it.
No.
because the alternative is leaving. So you're gonna. It's like
It'll hurt less to break up with her girlfriend right now than it will to watch her girlfriend fuck a guy.
How is she trying polyamory if she stays with a girl who's polyamorous, but she's just not at the moment? Like, then she's just staying.
she's half polyamorous.
yeah,
she's
Yeah.
just amorous.
She's just like supportive.
She just has many loves for this one girl.
all for that one human. So cut and run, stick it out.
Awful.
Now stick it out. Stick it out. All right, next question. We need a guy's name.
That's you.
Oh,
It's the job of the guest.
I'll go with Peter.
How do you spell it, dude?
It's definitely P-I-T-E-A-R.
Peter.
Peter.
P-I-T-A-R.
Right. A few weeks ago, I started high school, so I thought I would get this girl to date or at least become better friends. We've been friends for a few years, and I have liked her since we first met. Most of the time in class, she acts like she likes me. However, most of our friends are in other classes, and when we're all together, she basically ignores me. One of my friends decided to text her and tell her that I like her. Afterwards, she briefly texted about it, but didn't say too much. The next day at school, we were in the same classes and we sat together. Anyway, it was very awkward, but she acted as if nothing had happened. So when I got home, I decided to text her and ask her who she likes. She texted back saying she likes no one. I'm really confused. She has told me before that she doesn't want to date anyone right now, and I agree, but at least I want to know if she likes me for the future. Currently, I am capable... Currently, I am a complete dating noob and have never even considered having a girlfriend until now. What do you think? Is there a chance that she's into me?
Whew.
Man, high school is hard, first of all, P-tier, and I am so sorry.
P-tier, yeah.
Imagine high school with texting now. I guess we had AOL chat rooms. Were you all up on that?
Yeah, I had the instant messenger.
Oh, AIM was the shit. At fucking 3:30, you sign online, you see those doors opening.
Yep.
That was our club.
Late night AIM conversations did you have?
Oh,
I remember like 2 a.m. doing papers, like talking. There's like nobody else is online except for one person. You'd have like these really intense heart-to-hearts.
Yeah, that like screen name that you really, really hoped would sign on, and when they do, it feels so fucking good.
Oh, man. And then you're just like waiting for them to IM you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you don't want to be the first one. You wait for them.
Oh, God.
Do you remember the sound effect?
Yeah, the doors closing and opening.
Yeah, the closing was definitely very hard to hear.
What was your favorite away message?
I don't remember. I've gotten asked this before, and I really think I had some... I don't know, because I know there's people who had like the different colors. They were
they got into it.
I think I just used
also
BRB or something like that.
BRB is good, classic.
Yeah, I try to keep it.
And then there's your profile. The profile is like...
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking of profile.
Yeah, what did you have an away message that you used to use?
I liked using %N because it put that person's screen name in and it kind of fucks with them.
Oh, yeah, I
T
remember
also
that,
did the current time, so that was like a good look. So nowadays, kids are just all about that text instead of getting into a chat room. Kids these days... They don't know what they're missing. We used to text on a computer, and now you can text on a computer, but I guess it's slightly different because there's no chat rooms. Yeah. Actually, I guess it's not that different at all.
Hey, you could basically AIM with
like a group text.
Yeah, as long as you just don't have that personal contact. Just
never look at me. Have you ever had like a super intimate AIM conversation, and then it's like the next day at school, and you're like, oh, hey, that was me that opened up to you about having a crush on you, and now... Yep.
Now we're going to have a test.
You met your wife at age 14.
Yeah.
So like this led to actual marriage.
Yeah, that's how it usually works.
Did you guys flirt on AIM?
The girl that you like in 9th grade is your soulmate forever, I think.
Yeah, if you go back and you watch the great romantic films of the ages, it usually starts in
they all met at age 12.
Whoever you had your like AIM profile quote about, that's who you marry. Yeah. You know that, right?
I feel like
percent
that.
And
can you imagine
or the N, whatever it was?
Who the person you liked seeing sign online the most?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being married to that person right now?
Yeah, I guess I'm still friends with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how you're like,
mine's dead.
You killed her.
No.
Yeah. Were you in a relationship instantly at age 14, or you met her at age 14?
We met at 14. Yeah.
And then did you have a crush on her?
Yeah, later on.
Later on crush. Mm-hmm. And then you dated in college?
High school, and then in college.
Same college?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You didn't do the long distance for 4 years.
No, that'd be, no. Mm-mm.
Coincidentally the same college, or you guys chose it because you were lovers?
Chose basically the same. Well, I think we'd both been planning to go to the same college.
Which is what?
The University of Florida, where...
Gators?
The Florida Gators, yes.
Yeah, dude. Do you know Joakim Noah?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know him, but he was at school when I was there.
Were you friends with Tim Tebow?
Oh, besties. Dude, no, not besties, but Tim Tebow... I could go on for a long time about him. I love him dearly. No,
really?
I don't know him, but I love him dearly. We graduated in the same ceremony, and they for some reason let him sit on stage, and they didn't let me sit on stage. Just whatever. I'm not bitter about it. But
no, Tim Tebow looks like kind of like you if you took steroids throughout the University of Florida.
I'm not joking, dude. That might be the nicest thing anybody's ever said.
Including my wife's vows to me.
Yeah, no, that pales in comparison. What you just said, I'm etching that into my gravestone.
I look like a weak Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I'll take it. I look like the worst version of Tim Tebow.
Which is still hotter than 99% of Americans.
Yeah, it's a Ryan Gosling almost.
So this high schooler, he's a little confused.
Well, let's clear it up. She doesn't like you, obviously.
You asked her point blank, which is a fun, exciting text to send.
Did he
like
ask
anybody?
her point blank, though? Because he said, who do you like?
Who do you like? I think that's as close as you can get.
Right.
Because then it opens up the door to the buddy door.
I
that
agree.
noise.
I agree. I just feel like playing devil's advocate.
Sure.
Maybe
Okay.
she, as a girl, doesn't want to be the first to say that she likes him.
Oh.
And he is yet to say, I like you. It's only been secondhand or
Through
sort of
a friend.
Yeah, sort of an open door.
It still sounds like
question.
she's only nice to him in the one class where they don't have any other friends.
That's true. That's a definite problem.
And then like all the rest of the time, she ignores him. Mm-hmm. And I just think like,
Yep, good point. Good point. No, I'm on board. Devil advocate has been shut down.
oh no, poor
So
guy.
the one
that guy-
glimmer of
that dude
chance.
like turned up the podcast when he started playing Devil's Advocate. There is hope. There is hope.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Yeah, I think if somebody doesn't say, if
These are high schoolers in ninth grade, though. I'm going
Right.
to throw that out there.
this
Are
is
they in ninth
this
grade,
is
or are
I
we
think
just
this is the
assuming?
beginning of what dating is now. It's like everyone is so polite that nobody's saying like I don't like you. Nobody's saying like no, I'm not gonna like. She's saying I don't like anybody, and she's hoping that he takes the hint. And like think about when somebody asks you out and you don't want to go. You don't say no, I don't want to date you. You say I can't this week. I'm busy next week. I'll let you know when it'll happen.
But I miss saying, like, who do you like? That's like a fun way of saying, who do you have a crush on?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, in the scope of like actual dating right now, a non-response is a no.
Right.
That just because of how nice and like non-confrontational we've
Right.
become.
How polite everybody is.
Yeah, which is not exactly what the younger generation is known for.
Right.
But it's weird how interpersonally they become very polite.
That's true. It's very, very
Like
passive.
not wanting to step on anybody's toes, but then they get on.
I don't want to make anybody feel awkward. I don't want to make somebody feel weird or sad.
No wonder mean internet comments exist. They're probably so pent up and like filled up with like actual emotions and like animosity that's the
It's
only
true, and
area.
they can't be mean to each other because everybody fucking knows each. Well, they are mean to each other, but that's the question. Like when you said, "Who do you like?" It was like it's me presuming that I know everybody that you know because
Yeah.
everybody's just hanging out at school,
Right. You know 15 people. Who do you like of those 15?
And now you like somebody comes from out of town and they visit. They say, "Are you dating anybody?"
Right.
Like, what's
Who are
the
you
world, like in the
seeing?
vast world of human beings?
Yeah. What's her deal? How do I know her?
What
It's not
if-
like, what high school does she go to? Which, it's
yeah.
weird. People still ask me that about who I'm dating. And like, I've only
Oh.
dated 2 high schoolers since I turned 30, so it's not even like a huge thing.
Right.
Good for you, man. That's great. Keep it under
Well,
5.
one was a high school teacher,
Yeah.
and the other one was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
It evens out. The average is like just a normal 21-year-old person.
Exactly.
See, you are smart.
Yeah, that was not an accurate average.
Were you smart enough to know that?
30 plus 6, how old are you? 6 and 9, it would have been, well, maybe
No,
it's close
30
enough.
plus 12.
18,
That's
19.
21.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You got it.
Thanks, dude. Man, I'm smart and I look like a weak Tim Tebow, and this is going great.
So unfortunately for this guy, is there any chance that she's into me?
No.
I would say probably not, and I would say if you have doubts or you want to know, ask her or at least say you like her.
But he's like, do you like anybody? She says no. You
I
want him
feel
to be
like
like,
he's-
do you like me? He's like, no,
It's like
that
this
was
guy's
included
dodged
in your
2
question.
bullets, and now he wants to like just point the barrel of the gun right against his head. Like,
You're right. I have no gentle.
it's so like the friend said this guy likes you. If she liked you, then something would have happened. And then you had the courage to say, who do you like? And she dodged you. Like you were just asking for it.
Good point. Good point. Good point. You guys are right. You're right. You're right. You're right, guys. I feel like I'm the kid now.
Well, what do you know? You've been in a loving relationship
Yeah.
since you were in high school.
Idiot. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
Happily married for 8 years.
We're the
at
ones
age
that hate
28.
each other, ourselves and women.
You don't know how many. If you would have written into our podcast at age 19, we would have made fun of you. What are you doing? You're getting married
Like,
at
yeah,
this
I
early.
love
You don't
this
know.
woman. I think I want to marry her. We'd be like, no, you're about to go to
You're
Florida.
a teenager, man. You don't get love. You don't
Yeah.
know what true love is, and now you're still married.
But you guys are doing great. I mean,
No, I've got
Gonorrhea.
I have gonorrhea, and I have no dick.
got the clap. Or whatever.
I just have pubes. I just have pubic lice and no dick.
Yeah, you like never had to worry about STDs, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
You skipped a whole shit. You skipped text flirting. You skipped Tinder. You skipped
I
any
was out.
dating app.
Yeah, no, I didn't-
Zero.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like
I did on YouTube. I did a series on Tinder.
Yeah.
Where I had Tinder, and I literally my bio was like, "I'm doing this as a joke."
Yeah.
And I did like 4 or 5 episodes on my YouTube channel, and I would just get on there and I would not look at it, and I would swipe right.
Oh my goodness.
On everything just to see what happened. And it, literally the bio was like, don't take it seriously. And then it still got people. I mean, every now and then it'd be somebody like, Elliott Morgan. And I'd be like, okay, well, just kidding.
That's a dangerous experiment. It's like, I basically just combed the world seeing who would fuck me, and then saw what happened.
Or who just wasn't reading it too, who was just like
Blindly
doing the
swipe.
same thing.
Right.
Yeah. And there's so many, that's a weird app. I mean, I'm sure I'm like,
it's basically, do you like me? It's do you like me, the app. Who do you like?
Based off of this.
Yeah, based on a 3-inch by 3-inch image.
All I could ever need.
That's all I need to know.
I do think there's something to that. I do think maybe that you really don't need
the gut
much
reaction,
more.
the split-second decision.
The instant attraction of you blindly swiping right for 4.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Just, what's it called when you fish, but with a net dragging across the ocean floor?
Drag fishing.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Drishing, yeah.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with a little bit more of Elliott Morgan and Jake.
Nice.
In a mirror.
Nice.
We promised you more new sponsors. We're giving you more new sponsors. Thank you as well to BirkSun, BirkSun.com for sponsoring this episode.
What do they do, though? They can't just be a website.
This is pretty neat. It's pretty convenient, and it's pretty awesome. And I'm talking about a backpack with
Well, they have a backpack. Big deal, asshat.
Let me finish.
What next?
They
got a website, they got a backpack.
No,
Congrats, Blumenfeld. You blew the ad. Let's do the next one.
We actually do. Oh no, we can't
paid for
possibly. BirkSun.com has backpacks with solar panels on them, so you can charge your shit on the go.
Yeah, that actually is truly awesome.
It sounds like a smart idea from Twinnovation, but they actually went through and made it into a business for everybody.
I would not. There's no chance in hell that Dave ever comes up with an idea that good.
That's simple, smart, brilliant, and easy to execute. For music festivals or hiking or traveling, or you're going to the beach, skiing, snowboarding, you have a backpack on you that actually will charge your phone.
Yeah, and it still looks kind of cool. Like the solar panel is not like a weird looking thing. It looks dope.
They integrate it into the design. It's an awesome thing to get for yourself, and it's especially great. Let's mention on Cyber Monday that is a great gift for the holiday season that's coming up.
Truly, I am going to buy my brother one, actually.
Actually, since if you do get one on 11/30, that is Cyber Monday, they're doing a buy one, give one with a charity called Solar Sisters.
Oh.
So if you buy one, they'll donate one.
Well, and I might not do that because I don't want to give to charity by accident.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't. If I give to charity, I'm going to do it as a tax write-off.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're such a bad attitude, man. 2 to 3 minutes in the sun gives you a 1% charge on your phone. That's about half the speed of the wall for charging. It's waterproof, and you can basically charge your smartphones, your GoPros, mini speakers, and other small devices. You're traveling with electricity that you harness from the sun.
It's fucking dope. It makes you like a superhuman.
Can you imagine going to a music festival and having a charger on your backpack?
That's the worst part about going to those festivals or going on a long camping trip. It's like there was a time I went on a camping trip and I turned my car on so I could charge my phone in the car charger, and then I shut the door and I had locked the keys in there. So my car was just sort of like sitting there idling at a campground at midnight.
To its demise.
And it was a pretty stressful time. And if I had had a BirkSun, I would have avoided it.
Avoid stressful times. Check out their products. At the very least, let's send them some traffic. That's BirkSun, BirkSun.com. Solar panel backpacks. Great for charging your shit on the go. Thanks, BirkSun, for trusting us to deliver that message to our fans. Thank you as well to Throwboy.com. Throwboy.
Oh, this is the Throwboy ad.
That's right, Throwboy, the creator of the original emoji pillow. I have 2 nieces, and I can't stress how much these little girls love their fucking emoji pillows.
Did you get them those?
Yes. Throwboy sent us a few, and I gave them to my nieces.
Those were my pillows too, bitch.
themselves. They gave
And
us
I ain't
more
trying to give them to a bunch of kids.
That's right. Adults love them too. And if you go to throwboy.com/Amir or throwboy.com/Jake, you get 15% off your first order. So if you have any kids or a childlike
Did you even tell
adults,
them that they were from both of us, or were you just like, "Oh, I got you these, or you can have them"? Because we both had the pillows.
yeah,
They were sent to both of us.
I know, but I asked for a few to be sent to
And then-
them, so
okay.
they got it.
Well, I
courtesy
get
of
credit
me.
for that shit too.
All right, and if you have your
Yo,
own baby-
Yair, if you're listening and we
No,
made your
you don't
daughters
have to-
happy
you don't
with the
have to-
pillows.
You don't have to mention specifically
Okay.
my family members.
I'm just saying
they're
that they
incredibly
were from
soft.
Uncle Jake
They're
as well.
incredibly soft.
As from Uncle Amir,
They're
or
made-
Aunt Amir, as I should call you.
Don't even. You're insulting me. Incredibly soft. Aunt Amir. No one's ever been named that.
That's your new nickname, man. Here comes Aunt Amir.
Give your auntie a hug.
It's your favorite Aunt Amir.
Incredibly soft. Made of the highest quality materials.
T-shirts that say Aunt Amir.
No.
Sorry.
No. Great. They make a great gift because you love emojis. Your kids love emojis. And actually, my mom loves emojis. I don't know if you've
everybody
ever
that came in the
seen-
house and saw those pillows got a real kick out of them. It was a pretty fun party favor, actually.
So please do check out throwboy.com/Amir or throwboy.com/Jake.
Throwboy.com/Aunt Amir.
You can use them on your bed, on your couch, in your dorm room. You know how to use pillows.
They got the poo emoji. You could put it on your couch, and it was I got a good kick out of that.
Please do check out throwboy.com and all of our sponsors. Guys, we don't have the most popular podcast, but what we do have is the most dedicated fan base. It's you listeners, that make us look so good by visiting our sponsors. It helps us. It goes a long way, especially during this holiday season, to at least check out these domain names that were thrown at you. They're coming fast and fierce. But if you're at all interested in getting an emoji pillow as a gift for someone in your life, just check that item off your to-do list and go to throwboy.com/Amir or throwboy.com/Jake to check it out. Help us out. Let's get back to Elliott Morgan's episode of If I Were You. Hey, we're back. Elliot,
Hey,
what are you busy with nowadays? What's your shit?
you know, funny you should ask, Amir.
I was just thinking about how if the plane that I was on from New York to LA crashed, I wouldn't really have any loose ends, and that's like, that's a little sad way to live. So if your
You
plane
wouldn't have any
crashed,
loose ends?
yeah, I mean, like I feel like I could die and it would be like an all right ending. Like there's not any pots on my fire that I have to tend to. Sure, people might be a little sad, but I feel like I've led a full life in these 32 point whatever years.
That
if you
does
died,
break my heart.
I think that's beautiful, dude. Good for you. Yeah.
thanks, man. What do you have? What are you looking forward to?
Just in terms of death, is that what we're...
In terms of staying alive, you want to stay
What
alive?
do you have to live for these days?
Yeah, exactly.
Not a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you
Actually,
have a wife.
Amir just convinced me we should all die.
Yeah,
Well, you have a soulmate, so you'd be leaving someone
I've been
behind.
thinking about getting into drugs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, seeing
Love
how
it.
that goes.
interesting.
for a
Have you ever
little
done it? What's the hardest drug you've ever done?
bit. I've done a smidge of the marijuana, but I'm not actually a big fan of it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So you're relatively clean.
I've heard good things about mushrooms.
Zero. Alcohol you drink?
I drink far too much.
Oh, I see. So that's your poison.
That's the bad stuff.
That's
yeah.
your poison.
What's your favorite thing to drink?
Scotch
Scotch.
or whiskey in general. All the types
I'm a
of
whiskey guy too.
Yeah, do you
But I like bourbon.
I love bourbon as well. I go back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of ebb and flow between bourbon and not Irish whiskey anymore because it's just too
Back and forth between
I
bourbon
don't
and
drink Irish whiskey
Yeah.
either.
It's like water.
Yeah.
At this point.
Do you think this is a funny joke? I actually go back and forth between bourbon and rehab.
Yes, for that.
That's good.
Where,
It's just
yeah.
a funny little joke that I thought.
That's just a fun. It's very family
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah.
I'm doing. It's very family friendly. I do stand up comedy a lot,
Whoa, where?
and I do kind of all over. But I just am about to go doing actually more touring at the beginning of the year, which I'm really excited about.
Oh,
And-
you're hitting the road.
Hitting the road.
Like a real
your biggest
comedian.
city? Where do you think you would draw the biggest crowd?
I actually don't know. They're figuring that out as we speak. That was a
Oh, that's
conversation.
fun.
They're trying to like scientifically deduce. It's so fascinating, man. Like I've never.
Yeah.
You know how we figured it out?
How?
We look at our Facebook fans, and by target, we are probably 2 to 3 times more popular in Canada than any city in America. Like our biggest cities are Toronto, Vancouver, and then like New York, London, and Sydney.
One of mine was Toronto for sure.
Yeah,
and I was like, cool.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I never look at that stuff, and then they were like trying to figure out where to send me, and then the way it works basically is they were like, this is a long process. Like you have to go and you're going to start building up like local sort of recognition in these different comedy club venues or whatever, which is so cool. Like,
you have to prove yourself that you can sell tickets.
Exactly. And then you do a little bit and a little bit more. It's so cool. And so, and then that is on the heels of my comedy special, Premature, which comes out December 10th on Vimeo on demand.
Whoa.
Did you hear how smoothly that came out?
No, very smooth. So you're going to be on the road in early December?
It'll be early January, I think.
Oh, after that.
Yeah, I think.
Comedy clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And the special comes out December 10th.
And the special comes out December 10th, and then kind of staying here and trying to do, like podcasts and stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look at us.
I don't know
Holy
what
shit.
that means.
This is like the online world is now like you don't do talk shows for movies. You do podcasts for internet specials.
Boom.
And we've all done stuff for YouTube instead of television.
Boom.
This is all it. This is the future because
really
kids
is.
aren't watching TV anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're downloading their
This
apps.
is us failing at a meeting.
They're downloading their apps.
They're all snapping and chatting.
They're not buying their apps from the Walmart. They're
We're at
downloading
HBO.
them from the App Store.
Are you all up on Snapchat?
No, I was for a while, and then I got off of it.
Couldn't
Should I get
handle
back
it,
on
right? I was like you. At first it was very I didn't quite understand. I felt like an old man at a kid's party. And now I'm more into it than like Facebook and Twitter.
I saw the goof filters that they did. Sort of.
Yeah.
They started
fun.
charging for the goof filters.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Charging for the goof filters?
Well, like, so they showed us all the filters, right? And now you can, like, if you swipe far enough, it's like, oh, remember this old one? You can use it for 99 cents.
Wow. They give you the free, that's the drugs. They give you some free shit to get you hooked. Now I need the goof filters.
I'm pretty good without it.
I need the goof.
You know what? I think my Snapchat stand on their own.
Yeah.
What's your Snapchat name? Oh, you don't use it really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not entertaining at all. You know what? I will plug a friend of mine though.
Let's do it.
Steve Zaragoza has like the best Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah.
Steve Zaragoza?
Yeah, he's a fellow SourceFed guy from a while
Shit.
back. And he is brilliant on Snapchat.
I'm Amir Bloom on Snapchat. You should follow me, dude.
Okay. I will.
I'm serious. Do it right now.
I see you looking at
Follow
my
Jake
pocket.
Demand 85.
I feel like we didn't choose our names based on how popular we thought Snapchat was going to be.
You know
Jake
what?
Demand 85.
Dude, mine was Elliot Sucks. Like just ELLIOTTSUCKS in case you're wondering. But yeah, that's how, because I started like way back when I was like, nobody's going to use this thing.
Right, but now
And
my
I was like-
Snapchat is more popular than my Instagram and
Did
my
Amir
Twitter.
Amir Bloomfeld, was it taken?
No, I didn't even look. I just looked for Amir and then BLOOM, and I'm like, oh, that's good enough. But everything else is very, very methodically chosen.
Yeah, everything else. It's kind of a weird. It's like kind of a break from. I think if you're an online personality, having a break from your brand is like a very important thing.
Well, it's not even a break now; it's the whole fucking thing.
Then you kind of restructure your entire brand around it.
Somebody told me that like Snapchat's a life raft from the dying social media of old, Twitter and Facebook. Blow it up now before it's too late.
That's fucking... All right,
Wow,
we should do
jeez,
that.
you're
Yeah.
taking that crap.
Well, nobody
way
actually
seriously.
told me that. It was a wizard in a dream I had, and then I
Nice
woke
hallucination.
up.
What was his snap name?
Jake Demand 85.
I love
it was
it.
you with a long beard, if you can imagine.
That's hilarious.
So you're hitting the road in January. You have your stand-up special.
Stand-up special coming out. Very excited
December
about
10th.
it. Yeah, and
That's awesome.
It's sort of the comedy I've been working on for a few years, while I've been doing other things like hosting for Mental Floss, and then I have a new show on SourceFed called The Study, where I play like this horrible human being named Elliott Morgan.
Oh, different guy.
Yeah, totally different guy.
The C stands for.
It changes every episode, but so far it's been like cocaine, crook,
Oh, and those are different
child
versions of
abductor.
yourself.
Yeah, it's all just terrible, terrible stuff. He's
Interesting.
he's like a 1%er, but like a 1%er of 1%ers. And
The top of the top.
Yeah, I
The
wanted
creme de la creme,
the creme de la creme, yeah.
which is another C word.
yeah. Oh, that'll be the next episode.
You're just
Elliot
cream.
creme de la creme Morgan.
You're French. You're a French pastry chef.
Exactly. But yeah,
Sweet.
that's it. And then mostly, and then I don't know what else is there. There's holidays.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
exciting.
You want to plug just Hanukkah?
Yeah, shout out to Hanukkah. I gotta mention that.
Early December.
Learning a lot about that.
Yeah.
It seems
oh,
really
you
cool.
gotta.
Yeah.
Hanukkah's the life raft of Christmas that's slowly sinking. So you better start blowing it up now. It's the shape of a
They're
latke.
trying to kill Christmas. You know that.
This
Dude,
guy
do you
designed the
have
new
those socks
Starbucks
that are
stuff.
like those ankleless socks?
Yeah,
No shows.
How do you feel about them?
I dig them. I like them.
All right. Do you feel like they're socks? Do you feel like you're wearing like your feet are like comfortable in them? They look so thin.
They're not. I mean, my feet aren't very. I don't notice them.
All right.
I just like the idea that when I wear my shoes, you can't see any. You can't see any sock.
Especially with these type. Well, I don't know about the Crocs, but like the.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was supposed to.
The
mention
joggers.
The joggers and the Nikes. You
Dude, the
can
joggers
tell
and-
people that I'm wearing Crocs on the podcast.
that. I didn't want to. Yeah.
You don't out me, but yeah, I wear Crocs in the house because of a chronic heel injury.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I do. I've got heel pain all the time.
No way, dude. I'm so sorry.
I broke my heel a couple years ago, and it never healed correctly.
You've probably told that story 1,000 times.
I don't know if I have ever on the podcast.
What-
Maybe I have.
How'd you break the heel?
I was rock climbing in Angeles National
Well,
Forest.
You just killed any chance of me ever rock climbing.
Oh no, it's totally worthwhile. It's not dangerous. I did something really dumb.
Nah, I don't think so, man. Yeah, I think I'm out.
Yeah, shit.
First try the mushrooms. Trust me.
We can do them at the
rock
same time, man. That's how I hurt myself.
All right, we're running out of time, but I do want to get to one last question.
Let's do it.
Because we only have so much of Elliott Morgan in our lives.
Oh, isn't that true?
The wisdom.
Let's get one last dude's name.
Oh, is it still me?
It's all you.
Trying to
I already came up with Peter.
And Jessica.
I'm trying to think like what's like the coolest dude's name. Oh, you know what?
Come on,
I'll do
Amir.
it. Tanner.
Come on, Amir.
Tanner is
Tanner's
cool.
yeah, that's a
All right, Tanner. What about Tannist? Wouldn't that be cooler?
Like he's the
Yeah, that's
tannest
good.
one.
Yeah, the Tannist. Because like Tan is a pretty cool name. Tanner, even cooler. But if your name is Tannist,
yeah.
I don't know.
I like
Thoughts?
Tanner.
Tanning, and he's just in the middle of tanning.
Oh, that's good. We don't have to decide what extreme yet. Tanner writes.
Oh, I just dropped your fur coat on the ground.
That's okay.
I don't
It'll
want to
survive.
reveal that you guys have a fur coat.
Yeah, Jake has to wear a fur coat for his heel that never actually
fur
fully
coat,
healed.
Crocs, nothing else.
Jake looks like a schizophrenic
I've been trying to think.
91-year-old.
Honestly, since you guys started talking, I've been trying to come up with tanning Chatham. I think that's what it is, right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, great.
Tanning Chatham's really good.
Yeah.
Tanning Chatham.
Tanning Chatham.
Whew, I'm sweating from
Illegitimate twin sister Tanning Chatham writes. Oh no, this is a guy. Tanning Chatham, the guy, writes. Veering on the more mature side of your audience, I'm 32. I write to you about a conundrum I face
This is
whenever.
a woman.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I was right. Tanning Chatham is Channing Tatum's illegitimate sister.
Right.
She's 32, and she has a conundrum she faces when she's dating. Through the ages of 18 through 25, I was vocal about my sexual desires, especially anal sex. This attracted perhaps one or two genuinely good relationships with amazing sex, but a whole string of assholes who immediately pegged me as a booty call material, which doesn't interest me at all. My conclusion was, men instantly associate a sexually liberated vocal female as a quick lay who doesn't respect herself and doesn't need respect. Growing up and beginning to abide by the mantra, you attract what you project, I've had to censor myself over the years, become more prim and even a little coy. This saw a change in the types of men who I attracted. Decent, wholesome men who want a monogamous relationship and do respect me. The problem is this. These good boys are also good boys in bed. They're vanilla. There's nothing more frustrating than being in a long-term relationship with someone who dislikes anal. But this doesn't become clear for the first 2 months you're still getting to know each other. By then, you either deal with it or break up. Quite a waste of time. A life without posterior delights is a dull life indeed. Having followed you from College Humor to your podcast, you two embody the ass dichotomy. One of you loves the ass. The other does not. What are some ways to spot an ass man without bringing it up before you start getting intimate? How can you tell if someone is sexually adventurous? Are there any telltale signs? Regards, Tanning Chatham. It's a very mature question.
Yeah.
First of all, two things. One, I never said I disliked butts. I just said I've never had anal sex, and it's
Do you
a little
want to have
dirty.
anal sex?
I don't know if I
said
wouldn't.
it was dirty.
Yeah.
That's why. That's it.
But I wouldn't. But she's saying that I'm not an ass man. I still like asses. I just think that anal sex is. I've never done it. If someone wanted to try it, perhaps I'd be into it. Number 2, vanilla is the best flavor. So don't fucking call me. That's not an insult.
Sorry,
I happen to like vanilla.
It's funny that you defending yourself is like it proves her point. Like I never said wasn't an ass man. I might try anal if somebody asked me to. I just find it dirty and I love the flavor of vanilla. Like we know, we know you think it's the best flavor.
I'm just
buddy.
saying vanilla gets a bad rap. What are your thoughts on vanilla v chocolate, really quick before
That
we
is
get to
not
anal?
the question. She has a fucking
100% more vanilla than chocolate.
Okay,
but I'm
great.
not a chocolate person in general. It is chocolate, dark chocolate. We can go for now, but yeah.
You don't have to answer this question, but anal, yay or nay? Keep in mind, if you're not comfortable, we're not forcing you to answer.
I won't yay or nay because I don't think that it is a yay or nay
Oh, it's a gray.
thing. It's a gray.
A yay, gray, or nay?
I think that to speak to her, and I know she's not talking to me in this.
She had no idea you were going to be here, but she's about to benefit from your wisdom.
Tanning. I'm Elliot. It's nice to meet you. And I would be described as one of the vanilla gentlemen. I grew up in a very conservative environment in Florida, and therefore the prospect of sexual liberation in males and females is certainly something that is a process. But in my humble opinion, I think that it's very important to broach the subject as you get to know somebody, not in a way that you try to, or not to try to label them from the outside, because you really don't know. And I would also argue that some of these men who might be considered vanilla maybe are simply having hang-ups of their own, and therefore that requires simply more open conversations, would be my idea. Or that's all theoretical. Who knows?
And I'll say, I have your personal email, and I'll fuck you in the ass. If
Silence or even...
For a moment, it looked like he was making eye contact with me, though, and I was like, "You're right. You do. You do, Jake."
For the record, I will fuck you in the ass, Elliot.
that's not even what she's asking for.
Bad advice and get in the bed.
I just wanted to. Yours was so thoughtful. I wanted to.
Please, yeah, no, you
undercut
gotta
it.
bring it back.
That I think it's a good point that the people she's complaining about being vanilla, they may also have desires to fuck her in the ass,
Right.
or like to play with her butt.
Like, it
And-
could be a me situation.
Well, like it could be even it could be a me situation. They could be dying to touch her butthole, and they're like, she's so prim and proper, she doesn't want me to touch her butthole.
But wouldn't that come up in the first couple sexual encounters? Don't people understand? If
No,
you're a buttsmith?
I've definitely had sex where I wanted to touch a butthole and I didn't because I wanted to like.
But 2 months feels like a long time to get through before even broaching the butt subject.
It is puts her in a tough situation to have to sort of like be the person who is like the guide.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
seems very like puts even more pressure on her. But I feel like, you know, if she's wanting both things and she's wanting like a lasting committed relationship with like a good dude who's going to view her with respect, then it might, you know, depending on that dude's psychological makeup, it might require, I don't know, maybe not though.
Is she stereotyping? Is it really that cut and dry that like mean guys like anal and prim proper nerds that might be good marriage material don't?
No,
or
I
can
guess-
you find
well,
both?
she's definitely
in both?
considering like anal sex like kind of a deviant sexual behavior, which I don't think it is. But there is something.
But
That's all I could think about. But
ask yourself this.
I do think that the way to do it, if she wants to talk about this type of thing with people, is to like ask what their fetishes are and stuff. Because once people share their fetishes, they're a lot more open to hearing about it. It's a nice way, like, because it's kind of weird to be like, "Can I tell you what I like? I like when you."
Yeah, this is the
do
beginning
something
of
to my
date
butt."
2.
It's like, "Hey, what do you like in bed?" It's like probably after you've gotten to know somebody and you've like been intimate with them.
It's a communication thing more so than like I think what
Right.
it ultimately boils down to is communication, which I think means that she will not be able to ever look upon another person and know based on their like.
What if
Yeah, like you can't necessarily know if the person's an ass man. Though, but like
I could have, you guys could have switched that around, and I would have had no idea.
Oh, really?
Because it's
You don't
a
know yet.
preference.
What
I
if,
mean,
but like, it's when you're hooking up with somebody, what's the first part of their body that you grab?
I guess their boobs.
and I'm the ass.
Now, I do ankles. Is that weird? Is that
Well, you're like a bully. You're a schoolyard bully that's shaking your mate upside down until the coins fall out.
Is that not what sex is?
No, that's actually
so
yeah.
sorry.
You're stealing somebody's milk money in a cartoon.
That's what I've been doing?
Yeah, you've been in a cartoon.
You've been a cartoon bully.
I got to
this
send some
entire time.
texts.
Have you ever? What about sticking? This is going to sound stupid. It's going to sound like a joke. But what if she sticks a cucumber in her ass? What if she sticks a cucumber in her ass?
Are you just asking in sort of an ethereal
I'm
way?
just saying.
Hey guys, what if
Like, this is going to sound like a joke, and it's going to sound like I'm not being serious. But what if on a first or a second date, she leans over, spreads her asshole open, and she shoves a cucumber or a dill or a pickle in her ass?
Jesus Christ.
This is going to sound like I'm making something up, or I'm not trying to
You
answer
are
the
making
question.
it up.
Sure making something up. No, it's going to sound completely
what you're
untrue, and like I'm not even. I'm not.
You're
it's going to
asking
sound
a
unhelpful.
hypothetical You're asking a hypothetical question. What if during the date, and I'll try to take this seriously. What if during the date,
Yeah.
so say they're out at a restaurant
or a cafe,
or a cafe,
Because I like a
it
day
has
date.
cucumbers. It'll probably be a restaurant.
Yeah.
So then she might have brought it on her own.
she can bring the
True,
cuke.
true.
Yeah,
So she'll stand up
she'll stand up
and
yeah.
bend over at the table.
That's right.
And stick a cucumber
in her asshole.
I couldn't advise that because
That would be the most psychopathic thing somebody could do. That would be.
She would be carted away to a mental hospital
Yeah.
for doing that.
Right.
It's lewd, indecent, illegal
Yeah.
behavior.
Okay.
Yeah, it's public indecency.
Okay. So what were you saying?
I was telling you how bad of a suggestion it was.
No, before I even
that.
weighed in. What was your suggestion? What is she supposed to shove up there?
Nothing.
Got
Just
it.
communicate and just like, hook up with people. If they're grabbing your butt, then they might be a butt man.
I'd say you can bring it up a
butt
little.
grabber.
You might be a little early. You might be able to bring it up a little earlier than 2 months in
I think you could definitely bring it up earlier than 2 months in.
during a sexual thing. However long that takes.
And if
you.
it's 2.5 months, that's okay too. If it's 3 months, that's okay.
Yeah, let's cut it off
3.5
at 3,
months,
though.
you got to go.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. Butthole.
I wonder, like, what if, just during sex for the first time, you just tell some, but her problem is that she thinks when she asks for butt stuff early on, that then guys consider her a floozy, and not
Right.
marriage material.
It labels them in a certain way. But that's also, I feel like I don't know, there's ways to convey sort of that she's not that.
Right. I think she's 32 now. By the time we I can't really connect with like the 20-year-old version of myself, but I think at least now that I'm 30, if somebody asks for something in their butt, I don't think they're a whore.
Right, especially if there's already like, I don't know.
Cucumber in
A
there.
cucumber, right, I was
but
gonna say
there's not.
cucumber in there.
Leave that.
I'm going to.
Your knees are touching your ears. You are trying to stick a pickle in your ass right now.
That was actually a cuke. The thing is, my colon is filled with brine.
Right, okay.
Anyway,
That's a great term.
so we.
Puke makes you puke.
I think. Oh,
I don't really have any advice for her. I just wish her the best of luck.
Yeah, highly communicative. That's what you got to be.
Yeah, but
That would
she
be it,
is.
yeah.
But I think it can come a little earlier than the 2-month mark,
Sure.
with or without vegetables in your ass. I know Jake suggests one way and I'm another, but
You guys complimented
I
her
already
really
forget who suggested what at this point.
You suggested her publicly fucking herself with a vegetable.
Jake
and I
suggested talking a lot.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess
Sorry, I
two
cut
different
you off
paths.
and-
To each their own.
No, you're right. That's exactly the way it went down.
Elliot, thanks for coming by.
Guys, thank you so much. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Dude, I'd
Was.
love to open for you when you're on the road.
Oh yeah, that's how it'll work for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to get rejected, so let's do it not on mic.
We should mention that we're going on the road too on December 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're going to be in San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver. Tickets are still available
Come
at
through.
iwereyoushow.com. Anything you want to plug one last time?
ElliotMorganSpecial.com.
Oh, that's the URL?
Yep.
ElliotMorganSpecial.com.
Trailer dropping soon. Website should be live by the time this goes up. It'll be good.
Hell yeah,
That's it.
dude.
That's all.
Let us know because I want to watch it now.
It'll be good.
The opening theme song was written by a fan. The closing one, also written by a fan. If you have any theme songs of your own or questions for us, the email address for everything is iwereyoushow@gmail.com. Thank you, Mornial, for writing the opening one. And this closing one is written by Dylan Barstow. Thanks again to Elliot for coming by.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Oh, take just a minute, lend me your ear. I got a song by my friend Jake and Amir. The two dudes will stay true, stay sincere, keep it real by handling each of your fears. Oh, Jake's just a Jew, you'll need in a pinch if you're working on your texting game or dealing with a bitch. He's got the kind of rhythm that makes a man cringe, but inject the perfect rhythm with the delicate syringe. And Amir, to you I can really relate, cause I don't speak game all like your buddy Jake, and I keep it straight laced even when I'm on a date. I use statistics to analyze this fate. So all you fools out there who aren't feeling dope, if you've had less sex than the Catholic Pope, well, look no further, only one place left to go. Just stick around for me if I were you show.
That was a HeadGum podcast.